Hi everyone, I'm an OBGYN
And I'm a pediatrician.
and we want to have a baby.
We want to have a baby.
So we are going to be documenting our journey from beginning to end with week by week updates with great medical information.
Telling you what you need to know about your pregnancy and your developing baby.
And also talking about what it's like in real life.
So this week we're going to be talking about pulling the goalie. And since you've never met us before, I'm Kurt.
I'm Sarah.
And we are the Doctors Bjorkman.
Welcome back everyone. As I said in the intro, we are both doctors and deal with either babies or pregnancy every day. So we have been giving patients advice about this kind of thing for years. And we decided it is finally time to figure out if we know what we're talking about.
Because apparently being a medical expert doesn't make you a parenting expert.
Right.
And so we're going to give it a shot. But for the past couple years, it's been something literally in the way. We've been trying to not have a baby.
Yes, as an OBGYN, I love birth control. And as half of pregnancies in the US are unplanned, I'm a planner. And so I love that birth control gives you the power to start your family when you're ready for it. That being said, let's talk about too much information already in the first episode. I was a pill user for many years. I loved what it did for my complexion. But after medical school and starting residency, I realized I need more of a set it and forget it kind of method. And I switched to an IUD, which I loved, not having to think about taking a pill every day. And we can talk about all these different options for contraception in a future episode, because what we're trying to do now is kind of the opposite of birth control. We are trying to have a baby.
Yeah, and so there was a couple of things that we sat down and really intentionally thought about in deciding, gosh, are we ready to bring a human into the world? We'd heard so many times throughout our training from different mentors that there's never a great time to have a baby, but eventually you just kind of have to do it and jump in head first.
So we thought about 5 things in terms of are we ready to have a baby? And the very first one was, if you're thinking about having a baby, you should be taking a prenatal vitamin. So I went out and got a prenatal vitamin and started taking it. All women of childbearing age should really be taking a prenatal vitamin. That's not really real life. So once you start thinking about having a baby or trying to have a baby, you should be taking a prenatal vitamin with at least 400 micrograms of folic acid, as that helps prevent some pretty bad birth defects.
Yeah, so get a vitamin and start taking it every day.
Yes, number 1.
The second thing we thought about was, could we afford to have a baby? I think the answer is probably never yes, but we wanted to make sure that we could at least afford to pay rent, buy diapers, and do whatever childcare was going to be necessary, given that we're both planning to work outside the home still after baby comes.
Yes. Number 3 was, is the timing really terrible or just bad? Everyone says there's never a good time to have a baby. You just have to do it when it feels right for you. And we never really got to that point that feels right until now. That being said, we have had coworkers have babies at all stages of the game, and they are absolutely superheroes. I just didn't think I was going to be capable of postpartum rounding at 4:30 a.m. and also being a good mom. There are many who are.
Hats off to them.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yep.
So,
totally.
But we decided that we wanted to wait a little bit, which brings us to now when we think is going to be the right time. Whatever time is right for you, only you can decide that.
Yep.
The fourth thing we thought about was, what about childcare specifically? This doesn't have to be an exact day-to-day plan. We may already kind of have a day-to-day plan of what we might do in the future. But really just, can someone take days off? Do you need daycare? Can you afford a nanny?
Explore the options that are around in your area.
Yep. Are parents going to be able to come and help you? And what kind of things is it going to look for to physically just make sure that our new baby is going to be well cared for?
Yep. The 5th thing we thought about was our health. Are we mentally and physically ready for a pregnancy? This is a good thing to think about if you're someone who has pre-existing conditions or other things you can optimize before pregnancy. For us, cut out the energy drinks. I quit eating ice cream every single day.
We both tried to get
That's
back in
not
the gym
true.
a little bit more,
Not that much.
and make sure that we were in as good of health as we could be.
Those are things we tried for.
Yeah. So anyway, at the end of this, we kind of made our pros and cons list. Our cons list was maybe a little bit longer, but the pros list has that one big pro of having a baby and getting to bring a new human into the world, which we think and hope is going to be pretty amazing.
So we decided it was time to go for it.
And pull the goalie.
Yes. I would absolutely 100% recommend that you see your OBGYN to have your IUD removed, or your midwife or your provider or whoever. Go into the office. It's a quick outpatient visit. IUD, they take it out, it's no big deal. I'm a little bit impulsive. I was in the shower, felt my strings, there they were, pulled the IUD out. Here we are. I'm practicing for parenthood already when I say, do as I say, not as I do. Go see your OBGYN to get your IUD out.
So this brings us to the end of our first episode.
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell, we're pretty new at this.
Yes.
So please subscribe, follow along. We'll be here for at least 40 weeks. Give us lots of feedback. We'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, and we will see you every
Next
week. Bye, guys. See ya. We're doctors.
But not your doctors.
Anything we've said in this video is for education or entertainment purposes only.
It is not medical advice.
Any specific medical questions you have should be directed to your provider.